Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Education is what remains after one has forgot what one has learned in school. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. Once you stop learning, you start dying. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The only source of knowledge is experience. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Small is the number of people who see with their eyes and think with their minds. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. Information is not knowledge. The greatest scientists are artists as well. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Knowledge of what is does not open the door directly to what should be. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Time is an illusion. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Only two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. Nationalism is an infantile disease. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Only intuition, Resting on sympathetic understanding can lead to truth. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Not everything that counts can be counted. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ. The ideals which have always shone before me are kindness, beauty, and truth. Never lose a holy curiosity. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. I speak to everyone in the same way. Without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. The human spirit must prevail over technology. It is harder to crack a prejudice than an atom. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Peace is not merely the absence of war. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need? Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Where there is love, there is no imposition. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The environment is everything that isn't me. To punish me for my contempt for authority, fate made me an authority myself. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Nothing truly valuable can be achieved except by the unselfish cooperation. Perfection of means and confusion of goals seem to characterize our age. I love to travel, but I hate to arrive. The deeper one looks into nature, the more one realizes that it is full of life. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it is built for. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal. The best investment is in the tools of one's own trade. Try not to become a man of success, but a man of value. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else.